Hey, this is Alberto Garcia. I'm with NWA Solutions team, and today I'm joined here with Julian Hernandez with Simmons Bank, your friendly neighborhood lender. So today we're going to be doing something crazy. We have some wings here that are super spicy. So Julian, where do we get these from?
So we got this from a new place in Bentonville. You guys have probably heard of it. We heard about it on social media. It's called Chicken Heads. It's in Bentonville, over on the corner of, I believe, Hudson and Walton. So kind of where that Cox communication building is. It's right there. I went there last night. I'm telling you, probably some of the best sauces I've had around here. So definitely shout out to Chicken Heads. Thank you guys. They're the reason why I was inspired today to do this video with Alberto. So we got some naked wings here. We got some different sauces going from, you can call it Winnie the Pooh sauce here, yeah, more extreme sauce. And then, of course, we got our first aid. Shout out to Nesquik for first aid. They're not a sponsor of us, but if you're watching, yeah, sponsor us. And then we have some potato salad, coleslaw, some ranch for emergencies. So I'm excited. You ready to do this?
I think we're ready. So we're going to start out with the easy sauce, and then we're going to have some questions along the way. So then we'll end into the insane side. So we've never tried it. Hopefully it's not too crazy, but hey, we'll figure it out.
I don't like spicy stuff, so I'm probably gonna cry. So this save this video.
Yep. All right. So for the first question, it's going to be pretty easy. So we have a set of questions here. First question is question that I get a lot. So like, how much money do we actually need to buy a home?
I mean, that's really, it's subject to your area, pricing of homes. What I came to discover, 400, let's just say you want a $400,000 home. It's new construction. With the current interest rates, let's say it's an FHA loan, we're assuming we don't go over 45% of your maximum income, right? You're looking to make, or you're looking to, you need to make around $78,000 either as an individual or as two people, depending if you want to have somebody else on the loan as well. That's kind of the sweet spot you want to be. Anything above and beyond that, that just give us extra assurance that we'll have that room we need if we need to go up a little bit more to be more competitive in an offer, whatever it is, to make sure we get at least a $400,000 price point. That's assuming, I'm not sure if I said it earlier, but assuming the rate's at a 5.875%, which is kind of what the normal rate is for FHA right now. So, side note, if you're getting a loan and it is, what's today's date?
We are on the 18th.
18th, in or around this date, and your rate is above that, definitely make sure you shop around because you might be a little bit surprised. You might be able to get a little bit cheaper rate somewhere else.
Yeah, let's go for it. You want to go for the first wing or?
Oh, so let's go ahead. Well, I'll do the first wing. First sauce here is going to be a mesquite barbecue. So something easy just to kind of get the palate going. You ready? All right, let's take a little wing here and dip it in.
Let's go for it.
And in the words of Rhett and Link in Good Morning America, we're going to dink it and then we're going to sink it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mesquite barbecue.
That's good.
Basic. Can't go wrong with it.
No heat at all.
No.
So for the next question, what we have is something easy. So another question that we get is, we don't know where our credit scores are and what credit scores do we typically need. And let's say, should I even wait to get help to work on my credit score, or should I just go ahead and find out what's going on with credit score, get a base, or what would you recommend in a situation like that? So we try to get everything perfect before we talk to a lender.
Yeah. So credit, and your question was bad credit or no credit? Or you want to touch on both?
We'll touch on both. So it's somebody that hasn't really kept up with their credit. They don't know what it is. So it's kind of the unknown.
Okay. So in any one of those situations, there's solutions. Let's take no credit. So really, no credit is a lot better than having bad credit in a lot of ways. If you have no credit, it's super easy for you to get started with credit. You can go to any one of your banks, ask for a CD secured loan, credit card. You can even be added to a family member's credit card as well as an authorized user. And then all their information will transfer under you and you start accumulating credit history from there. I know we had an example like that not that long ago. They did it. A couple months went by. They had a credit score. They were able to take out their own credit card, and then we had them close the following month. So it is possible to do that. Now let's look at bad credit, right? The bad credit is anything from, collections that are out there that you didn't know you owed. It could be judgments. It could be a lot of late payments. So when it comes to bad credit, it's always good to just have your credit checked. If you don't want your credit checked by a lender such as myself, because you know your points will go down afterwards, I highly recommend downloading the Experian app. Not a sponsor, but really highly recommend downloading Experian. Will allow you to download the credit report for free one time. It'll be a full detailed report. And if you do it on the desktop version, you are able to download it and send it over to your lender so we can review that for you and kind of give you a little bit of guidance of what is affecting you, what you can do to help improve your score, what is in your control to help get that score up. As far as late payments go, not too much that I know that we can do with that. Late payments are just late payments. They usually stay on a credit report for about 7 years. And then every year that goes by, it becomes less and less impactful until it falls off of the credit reporting.
Yep. So one thing I do want to say is if you're afraid to even ask for help because of bad credit, don't hesitate to reach out. And because something that we work with together with Julian as well is like, we have some people that maybe they didn't have perfect credit, they didn't have credit. We can create a game plan, see your credit report, see what's affecting it, and give you a game plan to give you a timeline of maybe roughly how long we can get you there. Just because you don't have credit or you don't have the perfect credit doesn't mean you don't qualify for a home. It just means that you need proper guidance so that we can get you to the steps that we need you to get you to qualify for these programs. So again, if you have no credit or bad credit, there's programs and there's helps here available for free. I mean, just give us a call. We're more than happy to give you step-by-step, give you consultations, and just help you out getting to the next step to qualify you into the home. So the next question that we honestly get, I guess let's go ahead and try some of the next wing, and then we'll jump into the next question.
All right. So our next sauce is going to be lemon pepper. And I feel like out of all of the places I've tried lemon pepper at, I feel like this is the best place.
I'm excited for
My
it.
wife agreed with it. So, if your wife agrees with something, you know it's true. So you got to stick with it. So guys, make sure you listen to your wives out there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get some for my wife too.
All right. So let's go ahead, get a wing. Just dip it in there. And get your real back up.
Let's go for it.
Oh, we're going to get flat? No, it's nice. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Dude, that was good.
It's spicy. It has a little bit of kick at the end, but it's sweet. It's not like your typical lemon pepper you get at a bunch of big chains.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's either too much vinegar or too salty, and I feel like this one is kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some more. This one's good.
I'll get know for seconds, guys. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and when you get close enough, that just zoom in on that pour, that was nice.
Yep. Forgot the napkin. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're here like licking our fingers.
Yeah, we're savages. That's how you know it's good. All right, so
What's your next question?
next question. So let's see. What's the difference between getting pre-qualified and pre-approved? So is there any difference to those?
To me, there is. I look at it as a pre-qualification, whereas I'm taking your information you have inputted yourself, and I'm putting my faith in you. Putting everything in the man upstairs' hands,
Yep.
make sure it's all correct. Pre-approval, you're taking it a step further. For me, I like verifying that income. I'll ask her pay stubs, and in your pay stubs, we'll do some kind of online verification, not an employer verification. Because majority of the time that I, in my experience, have seen when a deal falls through, it's mostly due to income. It's really overstating your income, and you really don't make that much, or you're in a field of work where we can't use that income right now. So then it negates your income. You're at zero. So I think it's super important as a lender to take your time and really look at that. And yes, you might take a day or two, maybe even 3, depending on the situation of what it is, to get it done. But at the end of the day, you're helping somebody with the biggest purchase that they're ever probably going to make in their life. And you don't know if they're selling a house, if they're getting kicked out of their house and there's a deadline. Like there's a lot of things on the line when you do this job. So I feel like we have to do everything in our control to mitigate any kind of risk to make sure the process is as smooth as possible. So that, to me, that's the biggest difference in it. And, sometimes the income's a little bit more difficult and you get a little bit more time on it. But all in all, to say it's for the betterment of the clients and giving them that reassurance and that confidence they need to say, okay, hey, we looked at payment, income's been good. As long as everything stays the same and keep working how you're working, then we'll get to the finish line, right? We'll control everything we can.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, that's always good. So that's the question that I typically get a lot is like, I got pre-qualified and get through the whole process, but if you don't get the pre-approval, you don't get the document, the verification, and everything, it's not going to go based on really the pre-qual is just, they're taking your word, but they're verifying it with the documents on the pre-approval. So you always want to make sure that we get the pre-approval, get the documents and everything, so that we can be better for the actual closing and everything. So there's no delays or anything like that. Yeah, want to do another question or want to go to the next wing?
Well, I said let's go ahead because we're getting into a little bit hotter rings.
Yeah.
I'm a weenie when it comes to hot stuff. I don't know a lot of it. Let's go ahead and open up the Nest Quicks real quick because maybe to make sure this is ready.
We got the chocolate milk here.
Did you ever think strawberry milk came from a strawberry cow?
Well,
I did.
no.
Cows did brown.
No way.
Just, I mean, that's what you thought you were funny. All right, make sure it's not like an extra layer down here.
Right. No.
Taste that's good. All right. So the next one, it's going to be this hot sauce spray wings. The last one, that they call it the insane one, so we'll get to that one.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll grab a wing right now, and I'm trying flat here. Give me my little dip in that. Just like Sean Evans says, put as much or as little as you want on it.
Yep.
Just try it out.
Let's go for it.
Sean Evans said, you're inspired at that one.
Right?
All right, let's go.
Go for it. Well, not bad.
No. I expected worse.
Me too.
I expected worse. I feel like this is like it's a regular buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Gravy buffalo sauce. Not bad. Overall, I still think my favorite is the lemon pepper.
Yeah, lemon pepper is really good.
Real good. All right. What do you got next?
All right. So, question. So, is right now a good time to buy or a bad time?
Again, subjective to the person and their goals. Everybody has their I guess, comments or their predictions. I'll tell you this right now. Let's get a little bit closer to the camera. If we could predict when everything would happen in our benefit, everybody would become millionaires right now, right? I saw a video about investments and not just houses, but stocks and everything. It's like you can never really time the market. The best time to get into something is now if you can afford it, right? You have to make sure the step you're taking is something you will be comfortable with and making sure you have somebody that's going to explain what's going to happen beyond the closing table. Because a lot of people I see, they see the payment, they're super happy, this is going to be great. And in the following year, property taxes go up because let's just say it was new construction, right? Very common, property taxes go up the following year. And they're like, whoa, this is not something I expected. And it's part of our process, I think, as a limit to educate the buyers of what's going to happen beyond the closing table, because it is more than just a transaction that I'm handling. It's a relationship, right? You make sure that relationship is good and you inform them and they're educated so that way they can make that best decision for them. So back to the question, when is the best time to really buy? It depends on you. My backstory, we were renting at the lanes for, it's like, what, $500 or something like that in Fort Smith. My wife and I decided, hey, let's just go and apply and see what happens. Worst case, we wait, right?
Right.
We did it. We got approved. We moved from Fort Smith, where I met her, the university. I'm from Fort Smith, so we moved up here to Rogers. And, for the price point we bought our house for in Fort Smith, that was like the better part, the nicer part of town, the newer part of town. And I was really scared to take that step because it was a very big number, right?
Right.
And we talked about it. It was about a $300-$400 difference from what we were paying at the time, but we could pay that. We were comfortable with it. And we're like, you know what? This is something to call our own. we have all these plans, it might not even come to flourish, selling, renting, whatever in the future. But it's like we wanted just to have something to call our own and not have to worry about somebody telling us, hey, you got to move out because I want to sell my property now. And then I will happen to look for another property.
Yeah.
Flash forward 10 years later to today, we're still in the same property. So if you know how the area has been in Northwest Arkansas, we bought in 2014 and now it's 2025. Let's just say the property tripled in value and I had no expectation of that happening, right? I'm just happy that we took the risk, you can call it, and doing it, and we had good come out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of my backstory.
Yeah. So that's similar with me. So I relocated over here to Northwest Arkansas, coming from Russellville. So whenever I came here, it's a big area. I wanted to know where I wanted to live. So I ended up coming and renting for a year. Well, that was my goal, was a year. So I ended up being there maybe a year and a half. So coming here, renting for $1,500 a month, and then wanting to see the area, see where I wanted to be. Like, right, so is it worth renting or continue to rent, or should I just go ahead and buy them? So on my point of view, I was like, all right, so I can either continue to rent and I'm paying $1,500 a month. So in a year, I'm paying $18,000, where none of that goes into equity for myself. So like, let me go ahead and just apply them, get it in the process of buying a home. So I ended up buying a home. My payments went up a little bit more, but kind of the same situation. So I'm working towards building my equity and then something on my own. I don't have to worry about the rent going up, the landlord just changing it up. So the only things that, like he mentioned, only things that might change is either going to be like your insurance or property taxes, or your property goes up in value. However, there is like homestead credits that you can get, that you can provide as your primary home. So there's multiple things on there that you can also get assistance with. But yeah, that's the reason why I kind of went into it. I didn't really plan out the time. So I honestly, I think I bought around like run this time as well. So it's not if it's a good time or not. It's more like, where's your situation? Is paying something towards your own equity better than paying someone else's equity? So it kind of depends on your situation. My situation, it just made sense no matter what time it was.
Yeah. And maybe like, you don't know. Yeah, that's a different conversation. Maybe another wing conversation. I don't know.
Yeah.
The comments that you want to see that.
We'll figure it out.
We'll try to.
So the spicy one.
The last one. This is their insane sauce. It said it's hot. I don't know how hot it is. I'm a weenie at it. I took on the hot sauce and it wasn't that bad.
Oh yeah, it wasn't bad.
Like, you eat mango habanero.
Yeah.
I've never been to that level. I usually just stop at dry rub or living.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Mango habanero is like my usual.
We'll try it. We'll see what happens. If we end up seeing me cry or sweat, just say
we might have to walk out and just,
I don't know. We'll try. See what happens here.
Let's see.
We got the milk ready.
And Sam,
I think we should get a nice dip.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a good dip in there. Just and get the whole wing
too. The whole experience. There you go. Over that right there. It's all covered in it right now. Ooh.
All right.
You're ready? Go for it. Here you go. I'm scared. All right.
I think they didn't give us a hot one.
Make me think about stuff right now. It kind of it creeps up on you a little bit. Yeah. People will like.
Okay, it's building up.
It is building. I was about to say, I've had some chip dips that were a little bit more spicy in it, but I take it back. I didn't say it. It is building. Now, you know what? No, I'm not a punk, man.
Yeah.
Still gonna keep it going.
Gonna have to wait it out, man.
All right, what's your next question?
All right. For the next question, so what disqualifies people from even qualifying for a home? Let's say they're just hesitant on trying to see if they qualify, or maybe they just have a fear because they feel they won't even qualify at all. Yeah. Is there anything that would specifically disqualify people from even Yeah, qualifying.
Your own personal thoughts. That I think is going to keep you from even qualifying because a lot of, oh my gosh, that is creeping up. Because there's a lot of just internal thoughts. Can I do it? Is something that's going to be beneficial to me? I think that's just the number one biggest thing is going to be your wall and qualifying. Sorry. No, but I mean, other than that, I mean, the biggest things I see that hinder your buying power in this market, co-signing for cars, co-signing for personal loans. If your friend can't afford something, it's for a reason. All right. Get them to get the help they need because if they mess up, that's on you too. There's no way you're off the hook on that. That's one of the biggest things I've seen since I started doing this. And I know we want to be helpful, family this, family that. I get it. But ultimately, it's about, I feel like you and your own personal family. You got to put yourself first and then everybody else second. So you have to help yeah. It's hot. What I was trying to say was, that's the reason why you have to put on your air mask on an airplane before you put somebody else's on, because you can't help somebody else if you can't breathe. Okay. So make sure you put yourself first. Really think about what's going on. Now there are tricks that we can do as a lender, where if I want to help Alberto buy another Tesla, and co-sign for him, if he makes his own payment for 12 months out of his own account, and I'm not on his account, and he can show proof of that, then that Tesla payment is not going to count against my income. But the moment he forgets to pay that Tesla because he's eating wings, it's going to hurt me. And if I'm in the middle of my loan, I'm under contract, and then my lender gets an alert that there's been a change to my credit, there goes everything that I've been working for, right? So be very careful about that. Number one thing. Number two thing, which is also part of this Experian, not a sponsor yet, but good information. With Experian, they give you good information on how your credit score weighs and what weighs on your credit score. So, for example, say you have a $100 credit card. There's a rule that says you don't want to go over 30% of your credit limit. So, you don't want to go over $30 of $100. Anything reported up and above that, it could be a negative impact to your credit. So, your credit usage, how long you've had your credit open. Now, these are things, knowledge that it's going to help you get to where you want to be, but also, too, if you don't have the knowledge, it can disqualify you. And then we have to spend a little bit of time to get us back on track,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the big things that we usually get. So, Julian, I see that there's one more wing. What are we going to dip it in? Insane?
It's not insane, but let's just pour it. Let's pour it. And then, oh, my mouth. There you go.
Dang, that's drenched.
That's drenched.
All right. Let me see. Just pour it in there.
Yeah, here you go. Get it in there. There you go. All right. So last wing, guys. How many questions? 2 more?
Yeah, we'll go with 2 more questions.
All right. Hope that can answer them. Oh, you going in? What? You're a break. Right now I'm fine. Maybe about 2 minutes though.
Yeah.
Creep up on me.
Oh, it started sweeping up.
Yeah, see how my stomach gets this later.
And the milk's going to come in handy.
I guys hope you've been liking this video so far. It's been really fun doing this.
We'll have to do it again.
We'll have to do it again.
Spicier one.
Spicier.
Yeah.
Even more spice. Even more sweat. So if you guys know any good wing places, put it in the comments. Let us know where we should go next and what topics you guys want us to cover.
And what questions? Do you guys have questions? Anything? Just it's catching up.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Any question you guys have, reach out personally, message us, and we'll be more than happy to put another video towards it. Maybe eat another one. Might even eat the bomb. I don't know. It'll be insane then. I know. We gotta do it now.
You guys know Sean Evans instead of our business. Ask him to send us some sauces.
You got spicy wings and spicy questions.
Oof.
All right, there we go.
Don't do it.
I know, right? So let's see. For the next question, all right. So let's say we want to qualify for a home that's 300,000. If our credit is low, does credit impact how much we can qualify for, or is it more income that qualifies you?
I think it's a balance of both. FHA usually is the more forgiving products, especially if you have a little bit worse credit history. And when I say worse, like late payments, where your credit score may be at 620, 630, 640. Not bad credit. Still, 700 plus, that's, we kind of where you want to be. But I mean, there's so many factors that go into our side of things, right? It's not a clear answer to say, if you have this score, you're going to get qualified for this much. Because yes, your ability to repay back debt is going to hinder your ability to get a loan from the bank. Because I'm going to Fayetteville, I'm like, man, let me get $3,000 or $300,000 from you. And you look at my credit and you're like, man, what's up with all this here? I don't think he's going to give me $300,000, right? He'll give me something, but it's probably not going to be my max. So when you look at your credit, protect it. It's your baby. The U.S. is really big on credit. That's how we get everything. I mean, yeah, cash is king, but that's a whole different scenario there. If you have $400,000 cash in your bank account, good for you. Like, go do what you want with that. Like, you'll win it. But things that offset lower credit scores, you could have, 401ks, you could have stocks, retirement accounts, you could have money in the bank. Those are offsetting factors because that could show that we have more reserves as far as payments in the bank to help offset our negative credit history. Now, like I said, FHAs are more forgiving, and I've seen loans where, we've had late payments, maybe a couple collections, but they were still able to get approved for a home and buy a home and do what they need to. Now, whereas if they would have had higher credit, maybe we could have squeezed out maybe an extra 20 or 30,000, but because of their credit history, it didn't limit us as far as what they felt was risky for the program. There's so many different programs out there. Best thing is just go and do your consultation. If you deal with a realtor first, they're going to give you a list of trusted lenders. Get in contact with them, get your application in, do your appointment, because every single person is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Every single loan is like a snow.
Christmas. Yeah. And one thing I do want to say is we do have a tool online. It's a free tool where you can put basically what your household income is if you're going to be applying with your partner, a spouse, however you want to do it. You can put your household income. You can put your monthly debts. You can put roughly like the price range that you're wanting to buy. That way you can kind of see where your monthly payments would be based on the current interest rate. So let me ask you this on what debts or what monthly expenses would count toward your DTI?
So there's going to be anything that reports to your credit, personal loans, credit cards, car loans. And believe it or not, now a lot of places are now reporting those karma. Is it karma? Karma? I can't remember. It's those buy now, pay later loans. Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably super popular. Seems like a great deal. 0% down, 4 payments. It is a good deal if you're responsible. Because when it comes to a mortgage and we see that you have made payments to these companies, we will question those and we will get documents and we will have to document that minimum payment, and that could mess the whole loan up. So if you're going into buying a house, make sure you have those things paid off. Like I said, it's Christmas. I get it. You wanted to get that $250 Lego of Twilight because you just read all the books and you wanted to spread it out. You got to do what you got to do to, it scratched that craving. But yeah, so be very careful with that because we do check it. And now a lot of credit reporting companies are pulling those things into the credit report, so that more lenders are becoming aware. Because there have been some cases I have seen and heard where a lender doesn't look at the bank statements and they overlook it or they don't look at it. And then when they get to the contract and they have to calculate all those minimum payments, now their DTI is too high. And maybe they were on like the down payment assistance program, right? They don't have very much cash liquid to pay those things off, where that could be the determining factor of closing your home and not closing your home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you can point fingers and say, he should have caught that, blah, blah, blah. But, it's a debt. We have to count it. And And that's something that I do ask for at the front end. I ask for those bank statements. I'll go and look through all those to try to make sure we catch and control what we can. But, pet land. Also, too, another one I saw, so just because I tell you it's clear to close and we still have a 2-week period before we close, that doesn't mean you can go buy furniture. Doesn't mean you can go finance a pet land and get you that corgi you always wanted. All that still has to happen after we close the loan and at the closing table. The day after, you can do whatever you want. But
until then, it goes to closing.
yes.
Yep. So there we go. We got some great questions here. So if you guys have any additional questions, I actually do have one. Let's say we do have co-signers, and then one of them helps them co-sign for a home. However, they're not really making the payments out of the kind of same situation for a car. Would that person also be able to qualify for a home later on, maybe a year from then or 2 years?
Yeah. So even if it's a car loan or if it's a mortgage loan you co-sign with for somebody else, over those two scenarios, you have to show that the other person you helped co-sign for has been making those payments for 12 months. But we can't exclude the car payment. We can't exclude the home payment, but we have to show that evidence to show that you are not making the payment, but somebody else is. And make sure there's a very clean, clear view that they are making it. Because once somebody does cash payments, it gets a little gray and iffy, it gets a little bit tougher to prove that they actually did make it with their own money. It's all about paper trails. It's all about showing that evidence.
Yeah, I think that's what I got for now. I think that was a good experience. We're going to have to do it again, get some variety of wings now.
Like I said, let us know if you know any spots in Northwest Arkansas, wings, sauces. Put them in the comments. Let us know any topics you want to do, any questions you might have. We'll do this again. I want to say thank you to Alberto coming by the office, doing this with me. Thank you to Nesquik for the milk. Chicken heads, if you haven't been there, go try it. Bentonville, highly recommend it. Great sauces, good atmosphere. And until next time, it's Christmas time, so you guys have a Merry Christmas. Open those presents, pay off those buy now, pay later loans before we start applying. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Tag a local business that has spicy food, spicy anything, and then we'll go get some other stuff, do some questions with the spicy, whatever it is. But go ahead and tag them in.
I'm good. It's probably the only time you see me do this stuff. See you guys. See you guys out.